So our next guest speaker is Kim Rosendahl. He has practiced physical therapy since 2000 and with the last 17 years in town here. He opened his own private practice in 2014 and most recently opened a speed and agility gym at the Ralph. So we're excited to hear more about that. So thank you, Kim, for joining us this morning.
Well, thanks, Kelsey. It's good to be here. It's fun to be able to share of what we're doing and hear from Steve and Ladora. So I also do have my wife Sarah on here, so that's the Sarah down there. So if you want to poke your face out, Sarah, it'd be okay. You talk about working with your spouse, and Sarah works with me at Rehab Authority. She's our master patient services representative. For some reason, it matters that we get paid to her more than anybody else. So she does a great job. So yeah, so I'm going to just talk a little bit about my journey, I guess. Moved to Thief River Falls in 2003, worked at Dakota Clinic, which became Merit Care, which soon became Sanford, and worked there until 2014 when I got this wild hair that said, maybe you should do it by yourself. Or I never thought to be an entrepreneur. It wasn't really something I wanted. It wasn't a thing in 2000 really for PTs to start a private practice. But I found an organization that I kind of line up with well with my values and opened in 2014. Started with myself and one other employee. Now we have a total of 3 physical therapists, 2 PT assistants, 2 front office coordinators, and a rehab tech. So that's gone well. The pandemic has taken us down about 25% in the last 9-10 months. So we're with less people leaving the house, less surgeries, but we're still, our thing is, I think we do a really good job in PT, but we also build the relationships like Steve and everybody has talked about. When you come in, you're a friend, and it's really rare for me. You all are far too healthy, because rarely do I talk somewhere where I don't know or where I haven't seen a group of people as a patient. So, and I don't think I've ever seen any of you. So, some of your family maybe, but so, during this, so we treat, we do physical therapy on post-surgery, back pain, neck pain, knee pain, whatever, kind of typical physical therapy stuff. But the last few years, I've kind of got into this speed and agility work, and I saw a great opportunity to work with Tim Bergland at the Ralph, to work with athletes in the summer, to use the acceleration treadmill, running treadmill there, and then do circuit training. And the summer just lined up where I grew it from 18 2 years ago, which is kind of my kids, my 2 sons and their friends, to 40 the summer before. And then this past year, parents were just wanting their kids to do something. And I had 120 kids sign up for this. And it's a 2 times a week for 6 weeks. And Tim shortly said, "You want to just buy this from me?" And I'm like, well, I hadn't thought of that either, but okay, let's do it. So Tim still runs the hockey treadmill, doing a good job of that. But I've now incorporated a boxing and fitness class where John Ivanishin, who works for me at Rehab Authority and now at Elite Athletics, does. I'm doing speed and agility camps. There's still the hockey treadmill. We started some straight running treadmill things now for track athletes. And the new thing I'm working on is we're going to start Elite Athletics Hockey Academy and Elite Athletics Basketball Academy. So it's going to be something in the summer, twice a week for 8 weeks. There's going to be, for the Basketball Academy, I'm going to get high school coaches or college coaches to do a basketball part. We'll do the speed and agility part. I'm going to buy a jump trainer called the Vertimax for the basketball side, and then for the hockey side, there'll be dry land, stick puck shooting, stick handling, speed and agility circuit, and hockey treadmill. So that's going to be, I'm kind of finalizing that with the coaches now, and then you'll start hearing about that. So my goal is to keep kids from seeing the need to play checkbook hockey, as I hear it's called, that they can stay here and get better stuff than just going to spend a lot of money playing on a tournament. So I don't know about all that. I do know about traveling basketball, but I do think there's a big market for kids to work on fundamentals and to get better here in town instead of having to go away to do that. So I'm really excited about that because I have two basketball player sons. And I just have most of the people who work out in the gym, weight room part are hockey players. So I've developed a lot of relationships with those hockey players now through elite athletics. So that's my newest thing. I like to create. It seems I didn't know I was that way either, but I do, and it's a lot of fun for me. So that's kind of my journey. Trying to think about things I've learned. This was I mentioned to Michelle and Kelsey that I actually went to talk to Mr. Carter Rogala's class yesterday about this same thing. So I spoke for 45 minutes. So I could go on, but I don't need to go on today. One thing I have learned, and Steve and Ladora and you all know, it seriously is about relationships. When I go out in the community, go visit people or go speak at a Rotary Club meeting, people come in, and that's why it's maybe been a little harder for me through Rehab Authority because I haven't been able to be as visible in the community. We haven't had the Chamber of Commerce mixers like we used to have. So I hope that all can come back soon because, well, we need that. We need those relationships as humans, but our businesses also need that also. So I guess I that's all I was thinking of.
All right. Well, that was great, Kim. Questions for Kim or comments?
Kim, this is, go ahead.
No, go for it.
This is Angie Westling, Kim. And I just got to tell you that when you say that relationships mean a lot or whatever, it's true because my mother doctors lots of places and does a lot of doctoring. Excuse me. And she always has the nicest things to say about you and about your staff. And my mom is Rose Ty. I don't know.
Yep, I knew that.
And she's a very nice woman, but she also is very opinionated. And if she doesn't like something, you're going to know. And she always has very, very positive things to say about you and your staff. And I don't know, I feel like one of them was pregnant at one time and her therapy ended and she was like, I had to call and find out if she had her baby. And I mean, she just got very vested in your family there. And and that's how she explained it, was that you and your team were a family, and that goes a long way.
Thank you. Yeah, Rose is interesting. She used to come in, our front office coordinator who no longer works for us. Rose would tell her that she needed to wear makeup or wear lipstick. Do you have your lipstick on, Carrie? So I mean, that's how comfortable she felt here, and we loved it. We love her. So thank you, Angie.
Yep.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna try not to ramble. I'm very impressed by your flexibility, especially for someone who claims not ever intended to be an entrepreneur. But I think it's a great story for being open to opportunity when it presents itself, even when we don't know it's going to. I could probably ask a ton of questions because you're talking about sports, and that's my primary love outside of business, and family. So when you talk about, so I have two questions. One on the rehab side of things, do you believe more in prevention of injury, and is that a lot of what you work on, or is it all about after someone's injured and that's when you see them mostly? And then on the flip side, from the hockey programming side, completely agree with you. Way too much money is being spent on summer tournaments rather than developing kids. I'd love to keep them local. But with that, is Kim still involved with that kind of stuff with you and things like that, or is it more you're working with I guess I'm curious how that works too.
So first question, I may have lost it.
So are you do you focus a little bit on prevention as well as
Yes,
rehab, or is it
gotcha.
all just rehab after
Yeah.
an injury occurs? Was the first question.
Well, yes, thank you for asking, Drew. I would love to be more prevention oriented in physical therapy. And part of that is why I believe in Tate's gym, all the gyms. You know, when I was going to buy Elite Athletics, I actually text, because Tate and I have a good relationship. We work together. And I said, you know, I'm buying this gym. It's nothing against you. And he said, our biggest battle is getting people off the couch, not about fighting about how many gyms there are in town. And that stuck with me. So the medical system in America, unfortunately, is really about after the wellness part. Yeah, it's when you get hurt, when you have surgery. I would love for everybody to be working out, taking care of themselves. And I'm hoping that this pandemic will actually help people see that, well, we need to cut down on some of our comorbidities, you know, and get active. And there's places to do that, you know. And so we don't do a lot of that in physical therapy, but we do try to help people to learn what they can do to help themselves when they're done. Okay. What exercises should you do? Now, I do have a gym, and I have had adults sign up to use the gym, and then I go and train them how to use the machines. So in that part, you know, that's a positive thing. Second thing is Tim still helping? Yes. You know, Tim is the face of hockey. I'm not. So Tim is doing the high-speed treadmill with kids. Isaac, his son, is helping him some. Now, as far as my Elite Athletics Hockey Academy, I have talked to him, and he's totally for this, more so than the checkbook hockey, as it's called. So what I see is that he'll be running the treadmill with the kids, and every session, the kids will get the treadmill time. There'll be another hockey person doing the stick handling and the shooting. And then me or my team will be doing the circuit training, like we do with speed and agility camp, box jumping, cones, that type of thing. So they're going to get an hour and a half, 2 times a week for 8 weeks. And then there'll also be a part where they're going to go into a classroom, and these hockey people are going to actually talk the game to help improve their hockey IQ. Because when you're coaching, and I always say, you don't become an athlete during the season. You become a basketball player. And it's during this little pause, I'm an essential business, so I was able to keep kids coming in at Rehab Authority. I had 50 kids keep coming in and exercising 3 days a week with me during that time, and doing a circuit here. And it's amazing how each sport would show weaknesses and strengths in different things. I can't get a wrestler to be able to jump up on a box because they're always on the ground. It's hard to get a basketball player to do pull-ups, where a wrestler can do 25, 30 pull-ups, you know. So we need athletes that can do everything at least decently well to make some good teams. And that's what I want to stand in that gap at Elite Athletics to help that happen. Thanks for asking, Drew.
Absolutely. I'm very in favor of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Just, you know, I'm not as familiar with your business as I would like to be. But just for others who may not be familiar, you've mentioned Elite Athletics several times. And of course, your business, I believe, is Rehab Authority. How do those two work together? What's the relationship?
Yeah. Well, Rehab Authority is physical therapy, which somebody gets hurt or has pain or has surgery, they come in, we work through insurance to rehabilitate them and try to bring them back to their prior level of function. So that's kind of 45 hours to 50 hours in my week. And then Tuesday and Thursdays, I'm done at noon. And then I go over to Elite Athletics, is what I named the gym at the Ralph, down in the basement of the Ralph. And that's where I do the speed and agility camps, where I have gym members, where we have the high-speed hockey treadmill that Tim Bergland works for me doing, where I have my coworkers here that run the the acceleration running treadmill. So that's kind of the other part. They're just two different things that are kind of related, I guess.
But are they both under your
No.
ownership as a business?
No.
Or just two
I'm-
things that you do?
Elite Athletics is 100% my ownership. Rehab Authority, I'm the owner of this clinic, but there's 120 clinics in the U.S. Mainly, we're the furthest east. That's all out west in California and Colorado and Vegas. So I have people that help me there with IT, with human resources, where I got Sarah to help me at Elite Athletics.
Okay,
Which I'm good. I'm more ready at 46 than I was at 39 to be. I understand business. I didn't understand business very well 7 years ago.
Thank you.
Hey Kim, this is Beth Nelson. And just a quick question on the hockey side of things. Do you anticipate down the line maybe being able to do any kind of on ice power skating as part of the?
Ooh, yeah. That's another term I've
I
never
know.
heard of. Yeah.
No, but is there anything on ice maybe coming in the future, power skating wise?
Well, the gentleman that I kind of have pegged to be a big part of this, he actually mentioned power skating, that he'd be willing to do a power skating camp, like maybe right after the season. I had words like edges and, power skating, and that doesn't mean much to me, but I know crossovers. So yeah, I mean, I'm relying on people that know stuff. And again, this is based on relationships, I mean, everything's going to go through Tim is a guy I'm going to sound on.
Yeah.
But I need to find other people to actually be the worker bees. So I think Tim is busy with his own things, and Tim greatly supports this type of thing. So I could see that. I mean, I'm willing, Beth, to hear what you're thinking too. And Drew, all you hockey people.
There's they'll do like maybe a fall getting ready camp, and then maybe another like a spring wind down from the season type of thing. I think it's awesome if we could incorporate that with the stuff that you're already doing.
Okay. All right. So you're thinking like a week-long camp, or
well, the ones
every day, or what?
There's a program in Grand Forks that seems to have a lot of success. Langy Edge, it's called. It's strictly, they don't even have their sticks most of the time. It's strictly skating. A couple times a week for say 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Tune-up period.
Okay. What can you say that name again?
It's called Langy Edge. Chris Langy.
Okay.
And it's Langei is the last name.
Okay.
That would be. I think that would be great to have something local, since obviously we've got a fantastic arena to use.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we have all this nice infrastructure, but we need somebody to come along to own it, to do that. And that's kind of where I see myself falling.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because I'm like Drew, I kind of think I deal in sports. I say I'm not that good at that much, but I understand sports and how to train kids and that type of thing.
All right. Comment from Terry. Just wanted to say that it's so nice to see everyone on today. What he loves about Thief River Falls is that more often than not, we have personal connections with so many. Thief River Falls is a great place to live and do business. And I think we've heard that, throughout our trek today. We've heard that for sure. Thanks for sharing that, Terry. Do we have any other questions or comments for Kim?
No one does. I'd love to ask one more.
Go for it.
I'll go after you, Drew.
No, you can go, Tate. I already asked one. Everyone who knows me knows I can talk for a very long time, so I'll let you go.
I'm right with you. I just wanted to say it was really fun listening to you, Kim, and Stephen Lador too. But I think what you're talking about, Kim, is awesome. I think it's exactly what our town needs, and I think it's really cool that, our visions can kind of come together and just start raising up the health and fitness of this community. Like building a strong, healthy community for my kids to grow up in is a big part of why I'm doing what I'm doing too. And it's awesome to see what you guys are doing over there. I hear a lot of great things, and really excited to see where it all goes. So, way to go, man.
I hear you're killing it at St. Bernard's too.
Stand right outside the door right now.
All right. Great school.
For sure.
All right. And Drew, did you have a question or comment?
I did. My comment quickly would be good luck. I wish you the best luck in convincing parents they're better off not paying thousands of dollars to play more games in the summer and they should train instead. But I hope it works for you. Absolutely. My question to you. So if someone like comes in and like, where's the deciphering point between when they need Tate's gym versus your gym versus rehab? Like, where is that? Is there a simple way of explaining how someone should know where to go when they're feeling certain ailments or trying to recover, whether it's like weightlifting versus rehab versus exercise at gym? Like, I feel like there's like many options in your world and Tate's world. Do you have a simple way of answering the very convoluted question I just asked?
And I don't want to speak for Tate but I think I kind of know what he does. I think it's what a person wants to do. I would say that my gym, the classes are one thing. If you want to do like an adult speed and agility type thing, we can do that. That's not for everybody. The low level, less trained person is going to have to start low. And you can start at great, you can start with Tate, you can start with me, but somebody who is more deconditioned and not confident in their movement abilities is going to need more one-on-one time. And so I don't know if there's an easy answer. I think just to get people moving is the big thing. And hopefully if they're not getting any one-on-one time with a trainer, with somebody, there's going to be some trouble. They're going to break down, get hurt, that type of thing. Okay, Sarah has something she wants to contribute.
Hi, I've been listening. So, I think one part of your question had authority and the gyms, and just Kim touched on the fact that the insurance or that the medical system is structured to do after your hurt care. And part of that is that insurance usually, they ask us when we're verifying insurance, is this habilitative or rehabilitative? And they only pay if it's rehabilitative. So that's the medical system, why it's set up that way for physical therapy. So physical therapy is more of a get better after you're hurt, but then they teach you how to, hopefully take care of it in the future. So and then kind of, thanks, Sarah. I think that the other thing then, so find a gym. It doesn't matter what gym you go to for people. Find a gym, but if you're not confident in figuring it out, how to do the exercises, that's where you may need to, where a small gym like Tate's or a small gym like mine, you might have a little more success because we'll take the time to teach you what to do, where maybe other gyms that are less personal and larger won't do that.